Hey all, welcome to Homeschool and welcome to Class 11 Chemistry series where we started with the chapter Basic Concepts of Chemistry and we have completed one of the very important topic of Class 11 and 12, that is mole concept. I gave you an idea about a mole concept and various shortcut formulas to calculate variety of numericals that can be asked on mole concept for competitive examinations like NEET and JEE, isn't it? And if you want to watch that video link is provided in the description. You can just go and check it out. And in today's concept, I am with one more interesting topic, that is percentage composition and empirical molecular formula. So I would be covering about percentage composition, and also I would give an information about empirical molecular formula and how to calculate empirical and molecular formula in a easiest way. So don't miss to watch till the end. Watch full video and get 100% benefit out of it. Okay, so let us quickly start with a topic, percentage composition. You know what? Every time in chemistry, we include a lot of numericals in most of the physical chemistry chapters where you need to find percentage of a particular element present in a compound. Okay, for many of the calculation, we require information of calculating percentage of particular element present in a compound. That means, say for example, you have ethyl alcohol C2H5OH, and if I ask you how much extent to how much percent our oxygen is present in this particular molecule. Say what is the percentage of oxygen present in a molecule out of 100, right? What is the percentage of carbon present in this molecule? What is the percentage of hydrogen present in this molecule? You know, this is what the information we require most of the time. So that to identify, we use a formula which we call it as percentage composition formula. Okay, so note down the formula to find the mass percent. We also call it as mass percent. Okay, mass percent of an element or atom is equal to mass of element in a molecule or in a compound divided by total mass of a compound into 100. So this is what the formula you will use to identify to find the mass percent or percentage composition of any atom that is present in a particular compound or molecule. Clear? Okay. Now if I have to find out mass percent of oxygen. So how do I find mass percent of oxygen present in ethyl alcohol? I am going to calculate. So what is the formula? Mass of element in a compound. So what is the mass of this element present in a compound? Mass of element is nothing but its atomic mass. Okay. So what is the atomic mass of oxygen? It is 16 divided by total mass of a compound. Total mass of a compound is nothing but molar mass of compound. Okay, so first initially you need to calculate its molar mass. So what is the molar mass of ethyl alcohol? It is sum of the atomic masses of each and every element present in a molecule, right? So what is the atomic mass of carbon? It is 12 into 2 plus atomic mass of hydrogen 1 into 5 plus atomic mass of oxygen, that is 16. Again one more hydrogen is there, I will include here. So total number of hydrogens are 16. So 1 into 6. So altogether how much do you get here? 46. You will get ethyl alcohol's molecular mass or molar mass as 46. isn't it? So that 46 you have to substitute in the denominator. So 16 divided by 46 into 100 you have to do. So how much do you get? You would get around 34.7. Say I'm just putting an approximate figures here, right? Say this is the way of calculating percentage composition. Clear everyone? Fine. So now if I ask you to find out mass percent of hydrogen, say mass percent of hydrogen, when I asked you to calculate, the same formula, mass of hydrogen present in a formula divided by molar mass of ethyl alcohol into 100 you should do. Say now hydrogen, atomic mass of hydrogen is 1, but how many number of hydrogen atoms are there? There are 6 hydrogen atoms. So don't forget to multiply the number of atoms. Atomic mass of element multiplied with number of atoms. Say oxygen was only 1, so we just took 16, right? But hydrogen's atomic mass is 1, but there are 6 hydrogen atoms. So 1 into 6 you must do, divided by molar mass of a compound is 46 into 100 you must do. Okay, so you would be getting the mass percent of hydrogen. So I think you can calculate this and calculate and post the answer in a comment box. Similarly, can you calculate the mass percent of carbon? Okay, so how would you calculate mass percent of carbon here? Mass percent of carbon, right? So it is the mass of carbon. What is the mass of carbon? Nothing but atomic mass of carbon is 12, right? 12 into how many carbon atoms are there? See, there are 2 carbon atoms. Okay, so you should multiply with 2 here, divided by molar mass is 46 into 100 you must do. Okay, so this is how we will find the mass percentages of various elements present in a molecule. Okay, and this calculation is very, very important for the other numericals that you study in a chapter. Clear? Fine. So now you can try for yourself. Can you calculate mass percent or percentage composition of sodium in sodium sulfate, right? So what is the formula you will use? Mass percent is equal to it is mass of sodium, right, divided by molar mass of Na2SO4 into 100 you must do. So what is the mass of atomic mass of sodium? Atomic mass of sodium is 23. There are 2 sodium atoms, no? So in the numerator 23 into 2 you must do, divided by, find out the molar mass of sodium sulfate and multiply with 100. Okay, so this is a homework question for you. You can try finding the percentage composition of sodium in sodium sulfate. So this is the concept of percentage composition, right? Okay, so now we will go for the very, very important aspect of the chapter, empirical formula and molecular formula calculation. So we will study this in competitive point of view. See guys, it's really a very simple concept. Try to understand the definitions of empirical formula and molecular formula. See here, empirical formula is the one which actually represents the whole number ratio of elements present in a formula. Okay, so first let me write its definition. It represents whole number ratio of elements or atoms, I can say, of elements in a molecule or compound. Okay, and coming to molecular formula gives a detailed explanation about how many number of a particular elements present. Okay, so it represents number of atoms of an element present in a formula. Okay, say for example, we all know the molecular formula of glucose, right? So glucose molecular formula is C6H12O6. So looking at this formula, you can actually say that there are 6 carbon atoms, 12 hydrogen atoms and 6 oxygen atoms, right? So the number of atoms of a particular element you can identify, and molecular formula would give you the detailed idea about how many number of atoms of element is present, right? But our empirical formula, glucose molecular formula is C6H12O6. But empirical formula of glucose is CH2O. Okay, so this is empirical formula of glucose. So what you can understand from empirical formula? You can understand that the ratio of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen is 1:2:1. Okay, you can just identify in what ratio these elements are present in a molecule. Okay, you can't identify how many number of carbon atoms are there, how many number of hydrogen atoms are there, right? So that exact number of atoms you can't find out by looking at empirical formula. But by looking at molecular formula, you will get an idea about ratio, and here also you can talk about the ratio. If I ask you a ratio here, the ratio of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen is there in the form 1:2:1. Simple whole number ratio, right? And along with ratio, you can also come to know that exactly how many carbon atoms are there, how many hydrogen atoms are there and how many oxygen atoms are there. Okay, so empirical formula represents a simple whole number ratio of elements present in a molecule. Molecular formula represents the number of atoms of an element present in a molecule. Okay, so this is the difference between empirical formula and molecular formula. Okay, so this is their definitions. So empirical formula is the simplest formula for a molecule, I can say. It is just a simplest formula using which you can identify the ratio of different elements present in a molecule. Whereas our molecular formula gives a detailed idea about a particular compound. Along with telling you the ratio, it will also gives an information that how many number of a particular element is present, right? Okay. So for the examination point of view, competitive point of view, the important thing is finding out empirical formula and molecular formula. Calculation of empirical and molecular formula. They'll give you some information in a question. Using that, you should give correct empirical formula and molecular formula for a particular compound. Okay, so let us see a simple question on this particular aspect. See, look at the question. A compound contains 4.07% of hydrogen, 24.27% of carbon and 71.65% of chlorine. Its molar mass is 98.96 grams. Find empirical formula and molecular formula. This is how the question can be asked. Look at the information. Mass percentages of elements are given. Mass percentages or percentage composition of elements are given. And one more information is given, that is molar mass. And they are asking what is empirical formula for this particular compound and also molecular formula. So in the step number 1, we have to find empirical formula. Okay. So what I would like to tell you, first find empirical formula. Empirical formula. Okay. So to find empirical formula, we need to do so many steps. Okay. Not too difficult. Just do it this way. Let us write the information given in a column wise. Okay, so first thing is list out what elements are given. Okay, so what elements are present? So what are the elements given here? Hydrogen is given, right? Okay, carbon is given, and later chlorine is given. That means your compound has got three elements, right? So hydrogen, carbon and chlorine. Next, what is the information given? Mass percent they gave you, right? So mass percent, they gave you the mass percent of element. List it out in the second column. So what is the mass percent of hydrogen? 4.07%. Mass percent of carbon? 24.27%. Mass percent of chlorine? 71.65%. Right? This is what given. Fine. And now we are calculating third column onwards. You need to calculate. Right? Fine. So in the third column, you need to calculate number of moles. Okay. So we all know how to calculate number of moles, isn't it? So how do you calculate number of moles? It is mass divided by atomic mass, isn't it? So this is how we can calculate number of moles. So now what is the mass? We are calculating for 100%. Okay. So what is the mass of hydrogen? It's given mass percent, how much ever value is there, that much only you have to take it as mass. Okay. So now we are calculating number of moles of hydrogen atom. So for that formula is mass by atomic mass. What is the mass you will consider? This one only. Mass percentages, how much ever they have mentioned in a question, no, that's what you have to consider. So mass is 4.07 and atomic mass of hydrogen is 1. Right? So this is what the calculation you must do. What do you get here? 4.07 moles only you will get. Fine. Next one. What is the mass number of moles of carbon you need to calculate? For that formula is mass by atomic mass. So mass of carbon is 24.27 they gave in question, divided by atomic mass of carbon is 12. Okay, so you would get around 2.01 something. Okay, fine. And now let us go for calculating number of moles of chlorine atoms. So what is the mass? 71.65. Okay, divided by atomic mass of chlorine is 35.5. See, atomic masses you must know. They will not give in a question. Atomic masses you must know. That idea you should have. So here how much do you get? Here also you would get around 2.02 something, right? Okay, so this much you will get. So this is your third column. Now in the fourth column, what you have to do is divide by smallest number. Divide by smallest number. So what do you mean by divide by smallest number? You see here, you got number of moles value. Select the smallest number. You know, this is what our smallest number, right? So this is our smallest number. So every other number you should divide by this number. Okay, say for example 4.07 is there. Divide by smallest number among this, which is the smallest number, 2.01. Right. So what is the answer you will get? Say make it a whole number. You no need to write it in a decimals. Right. So make it as a whole number. Similarly, this number 2.01 divided by 2.01 only you will do. 1 you will get. And here 2.02 divided by 2.01. You will get 1. So here you are getting a particular whole number. In case if you are not getting this whole number, say you had got 2.5. Say instead of, if you get 2.1 or if you get 2.2, you can consider it as 2 only, right? But if you get 2.6 or if you get 2.5, then what you should do, you should multiply this with a suitable number. Okay, so that also I will tell you with one example. But in this case, you had got a whole number, right? Say here you would get around 2.1 or 2.2, but you can consider it as 2 itself. Here 1 you will get, but here you will get 1.01 or something, right? But you can consider it as 1 itself, right? Fine. So this is how we had got a whole number, right? And with this, you are going to write your empirical formula. So what is the empirical formula now? You know, I'm writing empirical formula now. Empirical formula is equal to hydrogen. Hydrogen. How many you got? What is the number you got for hydrogen? 2. So mention here H2. And carbon. For carbon, what is the number you got here? 1. C1. And for chlorine, what is the number you got? 1. So this is your empirical formula. This is your empirical formula. Okay, so empirical formula is giving you the ratio of elements present in a molecule. If I ask you what is the ratio of hydrogen, carbon and chlorine in a molecule, it is 2:1:1, right? So this is empirical formula. Step number 1 is over. Okay, so what you have done here? First, we have to find the empirical formula. For that, some information, take it in a column wise. Elements you list it out, which is given in a question. Mass percentages also will be given in a question, list it out. Then the third important step is calculating number of moles. Okay, so number of moles you need to calculate with the formula mass by atomic mass. So mass, percentage mass, whatever number they give, no, that number only take it as mass divided by atomic masses. So you must know atomic masses of every element. So you will get some numbers. And in the fourth column, divide with the smallest number. Okay, so whatever the numbers you have got, the same numbers, divide by smallest number. Select the smallest one among the three, divide with that. So after dividing, you have to get a whole number. Okay, so if you are not getting a whole number, then you have to multiply with a suitable digit. That I will show you in the next example. Okay, but some whole numbers you will get. And that only you are writing for the formula, right? Hydrogen, what is the number you got? 2. You wrote 2 here. Carbon, number you got? 1. Chlorine, number you got? 1. So the same thing. We wrote it as empirical formula. Now in the step 2, we have to calculate molecular formula. Okay. So half of the work is over. Now the next step is how to find the molecular formula using this empirical formula. Right? That is your step 2. So the next step is find molecular formula. Okay. So to find the molecular formula, we have one small formula here. Say what you need to do is empirical formula into n you must do. Okay, into n. So what is this n? N can be calculated again with a small formula, that is molar mass divided by empirical formula mass. Okay, so first let us find out n now. Say to find molecular formula, we need to apply this small formula. For that we want n. So what is this n? N is nothing but molar mass divided by empirical formula mass. Molar mass, you see, they have given in a question. Okay, so molar mass will be given in a question. Okay, if they don't give molar mass, at least vapor density they will give. Okay, vapor density they will give. You know, molar mass is equal to, there is a relationship between molar mass and vapor density. It is molar mass is equal to vapor density multiplied by 2. Okay, so at least one information will be given in a question, careful. Either molar mass they will give. If they don't give molar mass, at least they will give vapor density. So once you know the vapor density, you can calculate the molar mass. So how do you calculate molar mass? It is vapor density multiplied by 2. Okay, so this is very, very important for competitive point of view. Most of the time molar mass they won't give you. Vapor density they will give you. But what is the relation between molar mass and vapor density? It is vapor density multiplied by 2. But here in the question, molar mass is directly given. What is the molar mass? It is 98 point, how much? 96, isn't it? Divided by empirical formula mass. So this you have to calculate. Okay, so here I am calculating empirical formula mass. Say calculate atomic mass of hydrogen is 1 into 2 plus atomic mass of carbon is 12 plus atomic mass of chlorine is 35.5. Okay, so this is what you have to add. Okay, atomic masses of the different elements you must add here. Okay, so you will get around 49 point something, right? 49 point something. So that one you have to substitute here. So that is your empirical formula mass. So this is your empirical formula mass. You need to calculate. Now here in this case, n value you will get 2. You will get some whole number. See, at least you had got 2 point something. Consider it as 2. If you would have got 2.2 or 2.3, consider, make it a round figure. Take it as 2. Okay. So your n value you got 2. Okay, so now what I have to do? I'll use this formula here. I'm finding molecular formula. So what is your empirical formula you got? You got your empirical formula as H2C1Cl1. So multiply by 2. So 2 2s are 4. So I can write H4. Okay, 1 into 2, 2. I can write C2. Cl, 1 into 2, 2. So this is your molecular formula. This is your molecular formula. Right? So you understood, no, how we have multiplied by 2 here? Say with this number. So empirical formula is H2C1Cl1. So 2 into 2, 4. So H4. 1 into 2, 2. So C2. 1 into 2, Cl2. So H4C2Cl2 is molecular formula. Right? So this is the procedure to calculate empirical formula and molecular formula. Right? So first thing, you need to calculate empirical formula using the data, and later molecular formula is calculated with the help of this formula. For the formula we want n value. So n is again calculated by molar mass divided by empirical formula mass. Molar mass will be given in a question. If not, at least vapor density will be given. Okay, and later empirical formula mass you have to calculate, and then substitute, find n value and multiply empirical formula with n value, and you will get molecular formula. Okay, fine. So now let us go for one more example, and if you want the entire process you can take a screenshot and we'll move on to the next problem. Look at the question, guys. An oxide of iron which contains 69.9% iron, 30.1% oxygen. Okay, molar mass is given 160. Find empirical formula and molecular formula. Right? So let us first find out empirical formula. So to find the empirical formula, what is the information we have to list out? First, list out what are the elements present. What are the elements given, right? So they have given iron and oxygen. So iron, and another element is oxygen. Later, list out the mass percentage that they have given in the question. Iron's mass percent is 69.9 and oxygen's mass percent is 30.1, right? So in the next column, we have to calculate number of moles. So how do you calculate number of moles? It's mass, that is the percentage mass, whatever given, that divided by atomic mass. So what is the mass given? 69.9. And atomic mass of iron is 55.8. See, this atomic masses is compulsory to remember, at least for some common elements like iron, oxygen, hydrogen, right? And then sodium, sulfur, phosphorus, common elements, atomic mass at least you should remember. So 55.8. Similarly, oxygen's number of moles, 30.1 divided by atomic mass of oxygen is 60, isn't it? So how much do you get? 69.9 divided by 55.8, it would be 1.25. Okay, and here you will get 1.88, right? So number of moles we have calculated, and now divide by smallest number. We should do divide by smallest number, right? So which is the smallest number among the both? You know, 1.25 is smallest. So divide by 1.25. So 1.25 divided by 1.25 itself. Here 1.88 divided by 1.25. So here you will get your number 1. But here you will get your number 1.5. isn't it? Say if it was 1.1 or 1.2, you can consider it as 1 only. If it was 1.9 or 1.8, you can consider it as 2. But it is 1.5, right? So you can't make it as a whole number. You can't make it as a round figure. So what we have to do to remove this fraction, you need to multiply this with a suitable number. So what you need to do? Multiply with suitable number to get a whole number. Okay, so with what digit you can multiply? If you multiply by 1, it's waste. If you multiply by 2, what is the digit you will get? Yes, you will get a whole number 3, right? And when you multiply 1.5, this number with a suitable digit, with the same number you should multiply this digit also. When you have multiplied here, you should multiply here also with the same digit. So 1 into 2, you had got 2. So your numbers are 2 and 3. So using these numbers, write empirical formula. So I am writing empirical formula. What is empirical formula? What are the elements present? Iron. So what is the number you have got for iron? 2, Fe2. Next element is oxygen. What is the number you got for oxygen? 3. So Fe2O3 is empirical formula. Right? So half of the question is over. One step of the question is over. Now the remaining part of a question, finding molecular formula. So how do you find molecular formula? Molecular formula is equal to empirical formula into N. Right? So now we don't know what is N. How do you find N? N to find, we have a formula, isn't it? What is the formula? Molar mass divided by empirical formula mass. So molar mass they will give in a question. If not, at least vapor density will be given, right? Okay, so what is the molar mass here? 160 divided by empirical formula mass. So you need to calculate mass of this particular molecule. Okay, so atomic mass of iron is 55.8 into 2 plus atomic mass of oxygen is 16 into 3. So how much do you get? I think you will get around 160 only, right? So empirical formula mass is also 160. So N value is equal to 1 here, right? So substitute here, substitute. So empirical molecular formula I am trying to find now. Molecular formula is equal to empirical formula into N, no? Empirical formula is how much? Fe2O3 into 1 if you multiply. Molecular formula also you will have the same thing, that is Fe2O3. Okay, this is possible. You may have same empirical or as well as molecular formula. It's not that every time you have to get a different molecular formula. No, most of the cases it would be similar, right? So this is the pattern of calculating empirical and molecular formula in the easiest way, right? So that's all about today's session. So in my next session, I will come up with stoichiometry or stoichiometry, the very important topic in the physical chemistry part. Clear? So revise the concept. See you all in the next video. Thank you so much.